All right, guys, I'm Zach, and this is Lighting Up Orchard. Welcome to episode 2 of Behind the Bulbs. This is the Light Lab. And what I mean by that is in July, we get all of our props that are already done, old pixels that I've cut and put male or female ends on so they'll work. We get those out, we test everything. Like this prop, I know that this prop has two that are bad. One was ripped out when it fell off the pole. It was ripped off the strand, so I know that I need to put two pixels back in there. And if you are not familiar with pixels, what is really cool about pixels is you don't have to always replace the strand. If this pixel is bad, usually I will go in front of it and I will just cut those two pixels out. And you can either solder or use some Click-Its or some of those little pins that you shove the wire on each side and crimp them down. And as long as you keep the order of the pixel, I don't know if you can see that, there's little arrows in there. You want to keep the flow going in the right direction, and as long as you do that, then your pixel strand will be back to perfect working order. So that's what we get going in July, as well as just thinking about our show. I know that there are certain props, like my mega bulbs, I'm going to switch those out just to the puck lights. And then I have some of these strips. I know you can kind of see them sitting right here. They went to the smaller mega tree on the left side of the driveway, and some of those were cut strips and put together, so we've got more pixels, so we may replace some of those, but it's just a chance to identify all those things and get them corrected or start working on them well before we even start putting anything out for the little bit of Halloween that we do. We don't do a big show for Halloween, but we do put some things out. So once we get all of the props, new pixels put in, we fix the old strings, maybe even rewire some props. Then we test them. Like right now I have X-Lights opened. That's what's running my guy right back here, who is being really still. Oh, and he kind of blinks sometimes, but he's being really still. So we put him into back into the show, run a test sequence, make sure that those individual props that we identified issues, they are working correctly. Behind the camera there is one of our big garage screens at the lower 200, because it's four ports of 200. The last 200 messes up. They work, but they freeze, they get glitchy. So it's two 100 strands. I'm not sure if it's both strands, one strand. So I definitely will be sliding that thing out and getting that identified, because it is such a big, dense prop that if it's supposed to be a certain effect and the lower 200 is just froze on white or whatever last color that it chooses to freeze on, it's very noticeable because it wipes out almost all the 200 on the bottom. And so the other thing that I like to do that may be helpful, whether you're new to pixels or just getting in, or maybe you've had a show, is I fail at identifying how many extensions for my pixels that I need. And if you are familiar with pixels, you can't just use regular extension cords. All the extensions for pixels are these low voltage wires. And so if you don't have them, I can usually get them ordered in here in 3 days, but I'm really not a patient person. So once I identify that I needed an extension or I'm going to need one, I like to have it. And so this past Christmas, July 25 and this July, I have been really good at identifying how many extensions that I think I'm going to need, and then I've given myself a rule of just a 20% extra. So whatever I think I need, I just add 20% to it. And last year I think I only had 3 or 4 between a couple of 5-footers and a couple of 10-footers left that I did not need for the show. So we do a lot of long runs, 20 foot with a null pixel that jumps the data. So I'll put it halfway through, because we'll do 40 to 45 foot runs. And so I'll start at the controller, I'll go out 20 foot, put my data booster, my F amp, and then add another cord. So we do identify all those little things because you'll need your extensions, and then your F amps are separate parts too. So you'll see how this little short stubby cord, well, it's twisted right here, but it is short. It gets plugged in to each side, and then that null pixel, it boosts the data to keep the sequence going, and kind of giving it the brains, and feeds it what it's supposed to be doing from the computer. And so a lot of times July may look a lot more boring to some if you're looking to get in this show than what it is for if you're actually in it. To me, it's kind of exciting because I'm working with the lights, I'm thinking about Christmas, I'm getting to order things I want to order, and getting to get those all hooked up. So to me, it's an exciting time. It really just kind of starts that holiday season early. And so that's what I've been out here doing the last few days, and what I'm out here doing today. And so I figured I would get episode 2 in for Christmas in July, as today is the 25th, so we are winding down Christmas in July. Look for a couple more videos. I have a couple more with, I think the last one will be on the very last day of July, so look for that video, as it will be a little bit more exciting, as it is going to show our layout and the new things that we are adding to our show. So if you like this content, or you are a Christmas light guy, gal, then please like and subscribe, and follow the channel.